After being appointed back in January, how would you say you've settled into your role here with the Feathers?
Really well. Initially, I focused on building trust and communication with everybody, so I spent the first few weeks just meeting everybody. I was really lucky. I inherited a really strong group with a strong culture and a strong environment, so after that point it was just really focusing on maintaining that and building and enhancing what was already in place. So one of the conscious decisions I made was to keep the same leadership group, and that's been really integral to making sure that we build and don't start from scratch. So I feel like we've handled that transition really well ahead of the World Cup. Well, I've been in that situation. I've been at major tournaments, I've been in pressure moments, so I like to think that I can think clearly and rationally in those tense moments, and that will obviously be needed when we go and play some of those really tough games at the World Cup. It was very difficult, which is testament to the depth and strength in our squad. We also had a few retirements after the World Cup qualifiers, so we had to look at the gaps there and look to build. And I think that's gone really well. We've filled those gaps, and there's been competition for those gaps, which made it a hard decision, and that's ultimately what you want as a coach. Well, we know that the World Cup is going to be a challenge, and we respect our opponents and the calibre of competition that they'll provide, but we also know that we've prepared well. And I saw this team at World Cup qualifiers, intense moments, particularly against Scotland, and they relished that, they embraced that pressure. So I have complete confidence in our ability as well to absorb that pressure and relish the opportunity to play quality sides. I would say the pressure has shifted rather than gone. It's a pressure that motivates us, it's a pressure that keeps us focused, because there's players within this group that missed out last time, and that really drives them on now this time, so it's a pressure in a positive way. Yeah, I think the new branding and the new name symbolises a new era, one that's about being ambitious and growth and achieving success. So this World Cup gives us that opportunity to lay down some foundations and forge a path for future success. Well, we're under no illusion that the competition will be tough, but we're aiming for a top 8 finish, which means we're going to have to beat some teams we've never beaten before, but we're ready for that challenge. We've played those teams and got close previously, so we're really excited to see how close we can get and whether we can close that gap enough to break into the top 8.